Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. Or if this is your first time, welcome on in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for lending your time and your energy to this tribe. I really appreciate it. My name is Anu and I am your Psychic Tarot host. Today's reading is a simple past, present, future. And I was just looking into what topic would be interesting, and then it was just like, because we're towards the closing of the year, this is the topic that I was called to do. It's just simple past, present, future. And it's funny because I always tell in my pick a cards that feel free to choose one or multiple piles, and I look at the cards that came out, it almost looks like a sequence to me. So, but I know that's a huge time commitment for you to watch as well. But I would say watch them all, because I'm picking up as is across the piles. There is a progression. So with that, let's show you the cards. The first pile we have Release. That's the Oracle card. Take a look at the imagery. For pile 2, we have Embracing. Okay, that's your image. And for pile 3, we have Gateway. That's your card. Okay, so take your first pick, but again, feel free to watch as many as you like. I will see you right at your selection. Hi, pile 1. This is for those of you that chose the first Oracle card, which is Release. So look at that, and it is so appropriate for where we are right now. And if you missed the intro, I was really thinking there is a progression even to the piles, and the past, present, future theme kind of came to me because we're sort of wrapping up a year. Again, we're still at the tail end of October when I'm recording this, but November, December, and we're done with this year. So very different energies. And where I am, it is the fall has begun. Okay, I know in the East Coast it's been there for a while, but I'm in California and we get it late. So I feel it's very your reading may be very sequential as well, like things are falling into place literally with fall as the fall season begins. So you're also being called to release things that don't resonate with you anymore. South Node in Scorpio may be at a very important house in your personal chart. And the South Node just asks us to dig deep, especially because it's in Scorpio, dig deep and see what areas we don't resonate with anymore. We've evolved, we've changed, and we're meant to change, okay, through life. We're not meant to stay stagnant. So let those go, because that's going to give you a new structure to work with. Okay, so let's see what your other cards are. I'm just going to put this over here. We do have pre-pulled Oracle cards, which we're going to take a look at, and then we're going to get into 3 sections, which will do past, present, and future. Okay, so this is just overall energy for what we may be looking into. We'll see. So we have contract. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna draw all the cards first, because this is really giving me so contract number 6 is a number of Venus, love, money, material abundance, things we value, people we value, materials we value, morals we value. And with the contract coming up, I can't help but say, next to the release, this may be an important time where you're finally cutting off some ties. This could be a job, this could be a relationship, this could be a way of life, this could be some family traditions that you've been following for as long as you can remember. Something may be coming to an end, and you're being called to actually let it go, because it no longer yeah, I'm talking before I get all the cards. This just happens. But this is no longer leading to your growth. It's only holding you back. It's taking more from you than it's giving at this point. And there really isn't, it's not meant to stay. Okay, especially with these 2 combinations coming out. So let's see what else we have. This is interesting already. Courage. Wow. 17 reduces to an 8. 8, and let's read the card first. It says, by shining brave and true and bright, my courage now returns this night. So This combination, absolutely. First of all, you're strong enough. Okay, you do possess the courage. You don't have to like find the guts to do something that you know you have to do. You just have to make up your mind, shift your energetic or your mental energy is what I'm trying to say. Your mental body will shift with it, and then the rest of the physical will shift. You do already have this. If not, know that you're very well supported by your spirit team, and now is the time to let go of certain contracts, whatever areas these are. But these are the ones that you'll already know. Okay, this reading is not the surprise reveal of it. You actually already know what needs to end. And this sequence coming out is just encouraging you to like, yep, it is. You're at the tail end. Let this go. Be strong. Have the courage to face it. Going back to the number 8 that I was picking up. Usually 8 is about, for me, it's infinity, as above, so below. It's a lot about abundance. So going back to the message of letting this thing or this phase of life go is actually going to open up a lot more opportunities for you. You may not see it right now, but that's where you're headed. And the second thing, it's really giving me very strong 8 of Cups vibe. So there is a longevity to this, whatever this is. Meaning you've spent quite a few years on this phase of your life or this contract. And it's the point where you've gone from 0 or 1 through 8. You gather the 8 cups, but you don't feel fulfilled. This is not going to bring fulfillment to you. Your fulfillment lies in the last 2 cups, the 2 of Cups, what we truly desire, where we find our true balance. And that's what you're going towards. Okay? I'm going to stop talking because otherwise this reading is going to go on forever. We've got the Lady. Wow. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. See, once you let go, that's what I was really getting over here, is that there's going to be such like not a pathway. I'm hearing pathways, almost like the 7 of Cups. Pathways will open up for you. But right now, you may not feel that way because you're kind of stuck in the situation. You have to let this go. Have the courage to let this go and really blossom. Come out as the Empress. Come out as the Lady. You're very fertile. And also with the fall season and the energies of the leaves falling, and we get the structure where new leaves sprout out. This may be a very quick turnaround, or you may be surprised at how quickly things turn around, because it just takes off such a heaviness off of your plate. Okay? These leaves have become too heavy for the tree. So the tree's got to shed, get stronger, nourish its roots, and then start growing more fruits. Okay? It says enjoy growth and reap rewards. And that word has come up already 2-3 times. And I was looking at the contract energy, that this is not leading to your growth anymore. Okay. I'm gonna stop repeating myself. You have Leo, the Lover, and this is really talking about you coming into your power. Confidence. Courage is also like strength, which is also the Leo tarot energy. So yeah, this is the time to step up, to take center stage, to build your life the way you want it, to end contracts that don't make sense to you anymore, to have the courage to cut these ties, okay? Cutting cords, cutting ties, because you are poised to create so much more. So be enthusiastic about it. Try to actively look like what's next and stop looking in what was in the past, because the past has served its purpose. I'm very curious to look at your tarot cards now. We'll see what comes out. But as quickly as you can cut ties, and I don't mean okay, signing the dotted line and we're done and quitting. I mean, no, physically, mentally, emotionally, the energy moves, then the body moves, okay? The sooner you do that, the sooner you're going to start seeing a lot of positive results. And this is also calling for you to bring a little bit lightheartedness back into your life, okay? Loving, playful, warm, overt, center stage energy, confidence, also like taking care of ourselves, enjoying the little, things that bring us beauty and laughter and joy. Because we had Venus. Where did Venus come up before? Oh, with the number 6. Yeah. So Leo also likes finer things in life. Okay. So be proud of what you're heading into. Let's see what these two are. We have boot, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. And then we have flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. Okay, so yeah, a little bit work is needed, but you know, you're not afraid of that. You got this. As I said, you already have the courage. You're already very fertile. You just need to believe in yourself. You need to be confident and move on this. Okay. All right. So with that, let's see. We're going to draw 3 cards from Lenormand for past, present, future. And then we're going to put some tarot onto it. So Spirit for pile 1. I'm seeing the snake right here. The snake in the grave. Look at that. Ending of tough cycles. Also with this thing coming out about the friend, disappointment of friends. So it could be, again, a friend circle, a relationship. It could be colleagues. It could be disappointment in a boss, in an institution, in a religion, whatever. Okay. Something that you were faithful to. It doesn't have to be a specific person, but it can be. So Spirit for pile 1. What do they need to see in their past, present, future? Past, there's the heaviness, there's the faithful. I said faithful. Look at that. Something that you've been faithful to, someone you've been faithful to. And by faithful, I mean really committed, long term. This is not a short cycle that we're looking at. Let's see where we're at the moment, in the present. Let's get one for future. We'll draw more if we need to clarify. So in the past energy, we have the cross. The cross really talks about almost like very heavy energies. It is where we have to keep holding on. We have to have faith. It is commitment, but it can be painful. Okay. And literally, like, you know, think of things that kind of, I'm trying to read. There's some little, there was a specific term, suffering. That's what I was looking for, because I felt that it's sort of like a heaviness in suffering that you've come out of, but that's what you come out of with your divinity. Okay. It's showing up in the past. In the present, we have the journal. Okay. So we'll talk about this. Like, write it down, get your goals right. If you know, the clearer you are, the faster you can manifest those things. And in the near future, oh my God, look at your energy. Look at this. This is a mic drop moment. Lady, lady. You've got 2 ladies. So this represents you. In Lenormand, when the male or the female cards come out, they actually represent the querent, which is the person who's, you know, watching the reading here. And you are coming into a whole new version of yourself. Okay? There's a lot of love. There's a lot of abundance. There's a lot of beauty. This is a phoenixing moment. Wow. I love this. I absolutely love this. All right. So let's get some tarot on these. Okay. So with the past energy, what are we being called to close out? What is this contract, this heaviness about that we want to close out, Spirit? What does pile 1 need to hear? Yeah, something that's not been working. I don't take reversals, but sometimes the cards literally come out in reverse because they want to emphasize the message. Yep. Okay. So in the past energy, we got the 3 of Pentacles, and actually the 3 of Pentacles this way, right side up, is all about teamwork. It's working together. It's working on our craft or our creation, whatever that may be, and having a supporter, a supportive person or a group of people, or people who believe in our creation and our efforts, right? What happens when this is reversed? This is no longer working. There is no teamwork. And this could be a work scenario. This could be a relationship. The relationship isn't working anymore. Okay, we've gone in different directions. Clear as day. You got the Queen of Swords right with it. So there is some truth that you're being called to honor. Okay, Queen of Swords is a bit of a cold energy. She's harsh because she knows what's not working and what she needs to cut out. Not gender specific. But that's the energy, because it's the feminine. The feminine cares. The feminine is, is meant to receive and have a equal give and take. But when that doesn't happen, when something is actually taking the energy away, she can see through the bullshit, okay? And she can cut it out. And it's like, all right, I'm ready. Present your case. Literally with her hand, it's like, all right, your turn. How do you want to talk about this? And this could literally be a court case for some of you, okay? So it's like, call out the crap, call out the truth, and stand in your own power, in your own truth. Even like she's sitting, okay? You don't even need to be bold. You just need to be true, grounded, and you have a lot of earth energy here, so stay grounded, but stay true to what is your truth, and cut out things that don't matter to you anymore, and start actually taking care of yourself. So again, this is what you gotta, let's see how we're gonna put these. I have no idea how I'm gonna put these, but let's figure it out together. Okay, I'm gonna do it this way. I should have tested out the layout. So sorry, pile one. That usually happens with pile one sometimes. So yeah, this is the past energy. You gotta let it go. Gotta let go of things that are no longer working, where you feel your efforts are not being recognized or bringing you the results that you thought or hoped they would. You've been on this for a long time. Now it's time to cut it off. And actually, this is when the battle is over. Okay, the heartbreak has happened. Four of Swords comes after Three of Swords. Three of Swords is about heartbreak. This is about disappointment. You've gone through the disappointment. Shut it, close it, set it aside, and first heal. This is your reset moment, okay? Whenever you're watching this reading, this is your reset moment. Reset your energy. Give yourself more time to heal, to contemplate, to think about what you're going to do next and what other opportunities are opening up for you. Or just like, it doesn't even have to be a goal, right? Your goal could literally be, okay, step one, close out of this contract. And then we'll figure it out. Again, don't do it in you won't be doing it in a impulsive manner, because we have the cross here. This is all very long-standing energy. So this is something you've been thinking about. Now it's time to put the plan into action. Okay? So in the current energy, this is where you need to literally write down. If you do a journal, do journal. That'll really help with a lot of healing, internal healing, also knocking out of fears. So a lot of times it helps if you make a list of things that you're afraid of if you were to pull this off. Or why haven't you pulled this off? We always have fears, okay? So this is like just you're being called to write that down. And literally once you write it down, the energy has left your body. It's no longer kind of holding on, okay? Then it gives you more room to think, okay, how can I strike out each of the fears? And write a simple word next to it or a solution next to it. You'll be surprised at how quickly you can knock out your fears. But it starts with this, getting the energy out of your system first. Okay, and then also like for some of you who are, let's say, thinking of quitting a job that you've been in for a very long time, this is like start building your resume. Okay, it's literally putting pen to paper. That's what you're being called to do, is like build a plan, get ready for the next stage, consider this already done. If this were already done, what would you be planning for? Okay, so this is like be in the present. Be in the present. What are the steps that you need to take to after you cut out the energy, after you release whatever this is or whoever this is? Again, you'll know best because this is a general reading, okay? So it's going to apply in different areas. For some of you, this could literally be, let's say, changing your diet. That you may have been a vegan for a very long time and you're realizing, well, there's certain elements or nutrients you're missing and you want to, let's say, go back to eating eggs. I don't know. Or it's the other way around, that you've been, a meat eater all your life. And now it's just something has just repulsed or your body's not coping with it. And of course, the other scenarios that we talked about. So just examples out there, but please apply to your situation and comment below how this applies, okay? So we have, there you go. All I'll do is work. Rihanna is coming through. So some of you may be Rihanna fans, but Eight of Pentacles is my workaholic. But in a way the workaholic because they love what they do, not because they're trying to like prove something. There's just passion. So the journal may also be about what is it that you're passionate about? What do you actually want to work on? We have the Ace of Swords. There is more journaling. There's very clear thought that needs to be had over here. Build a plan. Have clarity of thought and from your perspective, okay, and no longer feel Eight of Swords. I'm not going to take this because that was my mistake, the way I was getting the deck shuffled. But Ace of Swords, this is your aha moment, okay? Absolute clarity. And listen, clarity can be knowing what not to do or what we don't want. That's a great place to start. But knowing what we don't want, you want to identify it, acknowledge it, and quickly pivot out of it because you don't want to keep thinking about it because then you're manifesting it, right? That's how energy works. Whatever we think about, we bring about. So this will be like a quick take on like, okay, this is what I don't want, what was in the past. Now I want a different direction. I want to work on something that I'm really passionate about, or work towards a relationship, or work on myself, hit the gym, whatever this is, and have a very clear intent of why. And that will be like, because I don't feel myself anymore and want to feel different. I don't resonate with my mindset. I don't resonate with my practices. Whatever that is for you, but there is an aha moment, okay? Coming out of this analysis paralysis. So this is why I said there's a lot of fears, hidden fears, and a lot of them don't have substance to them. Because the Nine of Swords, this is air energy, okay? She feels there are all these swords hanging from the wall that are going to fall on her, or they're like, invisible monsters in the night time. But no, she's really comfortable in this beautiful blankie. I love that. She's comfortable. She's taken care of, okay? She's in almost I feel like it's a very cocooned love energy around you. So, but these are all these ideas that you're kind of in an analysis paralysis situation. And this is why journaling, literally journaling, is going to help you. And it doesn't have to be a paper, right? You can just do it on your phone or on your computer, however you take that. What format you apply is up to you. Some people love writing on a piece of paper, and with the fears, they like to burn it and offer it back to Gaia and say, okay, I release the universe, I release these fears to you. Help me see the path forward. Help me see the next step. So this is a reset moment. In the present, you are having a major reset moment so you can come into a new form, a complete resurrection that's happening over here. I'm curious. Let's see. Let's show pile one. What's in the future? I love that Leo card. So bold. We got the High Priestess. She's on her laptop. Look at that. Something you've been thinking about, okay? You've held this you haven't really expressed this too much externally, but something within you is blossoming, okay? And maybe, again, as I said, the craft that you really, really enjoy, that you're passionate about, you're going to work on this. And look, the deck was flipping, but I saw it, so I'm going to take it. We have the Hierophant here. I mean, look at these major arcanas. Let's get one more, and then I'm going to stop blabbering or keep blabbering. Depends. You have the High Priestess, and then we have the Chariot. Bam. 3 for 3 major arcanas. Do you see that? Do you see that? I mean, how amazing is this? Victory is going to be yours. The Chariot talks about the point where we have learned to balance our light and our shadow, okay? It means we are no longer letting our emotions, have the best of us. We know how to control our mind. We know how to accept what is out of our control and focus on what we can, but at the same time, not letting our fears hold us back. Yes, there's going to be a bit of a turmoil between your head and your heart. You got to figure it out. This is your figuring out stage in the present, but you're coming definitely into a victorious time. Victory is yours. We have Cancer. We have, High Priestess I take as Pisces. Cancer, Pisces, so water, and then the Hierophant, Taurus energy coming out over here. So leadership, I can't help but like keep getting the energy of like you're rising. There's some if I can speak, some sort of status elevation for you. Whether it's a literal title, whether it's just how you feel or how you're recognized, doesn't matter. But you're coming into your own school of thought. You're taking charge. And this Hierophant, actually, she looks kind of mad a little bit. And the madness or the expression to me comes from, she's about like she's had it. Like with the Queen of Swords over here. What's your take? I've about had it. And that's what she's saying to me over here, is that that's it. This is how I want to live my life. I'm going to follow my intuitive hunches. I know I'm meant to be on a different path, and what that is what you're working on right now. Okay. But this is going to bring you visibility. It's going to bring you satisfaction. It's going to bring you success and victory. Very strong times, the fruits of your labor, strong growth that is coming in your future. But yeah, it does start with cutting off things that don't resonate with us anymore. Wow. Release so you can invite this in. So let's get a message from Moonology. And then we're going to get you your angel number affirmation. Completely new direction for you. So we have communication is key, new moon in Gemini. So communication is, again, swords. We've been seeing a lot of swords over here. Queen of Swords, Four of Swords, Ace of Swords, Nine of Swords. This is a time where, especially if it's a specific contract, again, and with the Queen of Swords, I love the way how she's so strong and so confident in what she's asking for. Just state what you want to do. Your job is not to convince others. If you get asked a question on why you're doing a certain thing or why you're shifting in your life, you can respond to it, but it's going to be very important for you to also use this communication skill over here in the present, where there's the biggest impact of this clear communication, because you want to be able to clearly articulate to the universe what you want. And I said it can't start with what you don't want, but then quickly from there, okay, what's the opposite? Just focus energy on that and clearly ask the universe. And always, like, at the end, I always talk about this in my readings, always at the end add, this is what I want, universe, or better. Because, you know, we are definitely limited by our own imaginations. We don't know what we don't know, right? So you want to give the universe a little bit of more room to work around it and not make it super specific. But definitely there's some sort of victory coming. You've known this all along. High Priestess knows all of this. So this reading is probably just a confirmation for you. Okay. All right. So part one, let's close out your reading with an angel number message or affirmation. For pile one spirit, what is their affirmation? What is their angel number? We have 3. I am charismatic. Look at that. The lady, the high priestess, the hierophant, the chariot, and the lover. Didn't I say that's like very cool? I don't remember what the word I said was, like bold. Bold is what I said. So I am charismatic. Expression comes naturally to you. You are very skilled at communicating your thoughts through conversation and creative pursuits. You are able to get others on board with your ideas. Wow. We had the 8 of Pentacles. We talked about working on our creation. High Priestess, they got the same image, like something that you've been working on, that you wanted to work on for a while. And how uncanny is this? Like, your communication is key over here in Moonology, and this is also talking about communication. Communicating your thoughts through conversation and creative pursuits. So some of you, if you've been thinking about starting a creative side hustle, this is your sign. Okay? That's what I have for you, pile 1. I hope this helped. If you liked the reading, do give it a big thumbs up. And do comment below how this relates to your situation. I really love reading people's comments, and it means a lot when the readings resonate. So remember to subscribe if you haven't already. And I wish you much love and light, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. This is for those of you who chose the second oracle card, which is called embracing. So if you missed the intro, we're doing a past, present, future, mostly called as we're heading into November in the last 2 months of the year. And this card feels very appropriate to me in the sense it's kind of the in-between. So before we're sort of wrapping up this year and we're trying to start the next year, again, it does not have to be linear in terms of calendar years, but there's could be like some phase of your life where you feel something is ending, but something hasn't begun. Okay, interesting, because I felt as I got these 3 cards, or the 3 piles, there is a sort of a progression overall. So if you have time, watch all 3, I don't know. But there is a movement, but there's a bit of a pause. And this pause is where you're resetting your energy. This pause is where you're being called to embrace for what is to come in a positive way, okay? With all the reflections here, again, with the lake, the sky, even the egret, the bird, and her, I got a feminine energy here. So her reflection over here as well. There is a lot more to what's to come than you see, okay? Which means you are not anticipating too much positive shifts. You need to get a little bit more positive, and you need to leave a lot of things much more open to the universe because you're only seeing a tip of the iceberg. That's what I'm hearing. So this is almost like encouraging you to get ready to receive, but also acknowledging where you are, because this feels like a little bit of a standstill. But that's natural because think of it. What am I going to take? I'm going to make a fool of myself here. Okay, I'm going to take my lighter that I use for lighting my Palo Santo. But this is what they want me to show you is like, you know, the ending and the beginning, how they happen. So you're going down all the way in one direction and you realize that's not for you anymore. You have to stop because you can't just flip around, right? So you have to stop, look at the directions that you want to go, and if it's U-turn, then yes, it's going to take a bit of effort to turn all the way around and then come in this direction, right? So thank you for standing through that or sitting through that beautiful demonstration. And that's the standstill. That's the U-turn that you're doing, but that's also you preparing to receive a lot more what's in a very different direction. And you cannot know all of it, but you're being called to just have faith that, look, there's much more to it than you even anticipate or even can imagine right now. It's funny because I just ended pile 1 with that sort of phrase that we always want to ask the universe clearly what we want, but we want to say or better at the end. So the universe, this is what I desire, or better. That's how we want to end our sentences, because we're limited by imagination. And if you just only go by what we know, we're really restrict the universe from bringing something in. So there's a lot more beauty, a lot more opportunities that are coming to you. So yeah, get ready. I'm hearing get ready for it. So let's see. I do have some oracle cards pre-pulled just for an overarching theme. But then we're going to do 3 sections of past, present, future. But these also give us a lot of context on what we may be looking at over here. So 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron, and the number 40. So your, excuse me, your third eye is completely lit up at this point, okay? You may be getting a lot of intuitive nudges. And for example, in my beautiful demonstration with the lighter of like changing or making a U-turn, even knowing and identifying that we're not going in the direction that we want to be is a big aha moment, okay? So maybe that's where you are right now. Especially with the embracing, I feel some of you may not have a clear direction. Oh my God, the themes are so similar. A clear direction of where you want to go, but you have a very clear direction of where you don't want to stay. And that's a great place to start, but quickly you got to keep pivoting and not focus on where you don't want to be, but start looking at where you want to go. Okay, and you are getting those hunches very clearly. You're very, very spiritual. You may be having a lot of like spiritual experiences or dreams or messages, or just like a lot of vivid dreams, lucid dreams that may be happening. Your spirit team is very, very engaged and you're very tapped in right now. So follow those hunches, okay? This is also creation of a new stability in your life. 4 is a number of stability, Okay, so a lot more stability is coming to you. You got to keep following this hunch that you're getting, or hunches. For some of you, it may help. Wow, it came in another reading just a few days ago. I don't think that one is posted yet. If you want to do like candle scrying or some scrying meditation, like candle flame meditation, because with the third, if you try, it's in yoga, it's called tratak, is where we stare at a certain point. It can be a flame, it can be an object. We stare at it for a long time without blinking. That's what staring is. To the point where, you know, your eyes start watering. And that's the phase, because we are just concentrating on one point. We start getting a lot of intuitive nudges. So for some of you, that may be a very cool thing to try. And not to have expectations, but just to see how you feel through it. You will experience like vibrations in your brow area. Okay, so anyway, that just wanted to come through for some of you. Let's see what we have. Oh, wow. Imagination. That's what we're talking about. Look at this. Third eye activation and imagination together. And there is a progression. Do you see 40 to 41? Wow, I am so excited for you. You're unlocking some really cool stuff in your life. I'm telling you. It's like, brace yourself. Something very cool is happening, because you're getting a lot of divine guidance, and imagination is here. And this says, imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. So again, meditation, connecting with the divine, with the spirit guides, the spirit team, your ancestors, your higher self, whatever higher power you believe in. Please make time for meditation. Even if you can do it once a week for 10 minutes, it's great. Sleeping meditations are my absolute favorite. I'll just turn them on and go to bed with an intention that, yes, I'm going to turn on this meditation and I intend to relax and tune in and tap in. So please come through, spirit guides. So just a simple thing to like play in the background while you fall asleep. It really helps, you know, balance your chakras and brings ideas to you, and you may have a very, very interesting dreams. But definitely creative endeavors are coming through, so some creative spark. Maybe you're thinking of starting a business or some creative project. Maybe you're doing things in your home, because fours are the fourth house is our home and foundation. Building a new stability, a new foundation in your life, and your imagination is like, woo, really firing on all cylinders, or it's going to start firing on all cylinders. Ooh, very cool. Wow, shapeshifter, transform and unveil. Do you see unveil? And unveil your gifts. There is so much messaging in this card. If you look at the imagery, we've got shedding of the skin, okay, letting go with the snake over here, letting go of the old, regenerating, coming into something really pure and really raw. We've got the hawk over here, who has a very long-term vision and is the courageous one to fly through the eye of the storm and above it, because that's the only one that can soar. All the other birds like fly away. You know, the hawk is the only one that goes up, rises up. That's because, you know, they have the intellect and the sight for it. So where are you leveling up in your life? And of course, shapeshifter with the wolf, of course, over here. It's all about, wow, this is big. Okay, guys, so at this point, it's almost also giving me like the wolf is a wolf pack, the alpha male or the alpha female energy, very caring for the family, look out for, you know, our loved ones and dear ones. When we're in the wolf energy, but it's also the pioneer energy. Okay, the wolf, the alpha, goes out and searches the way and comes back and takes the whole tribe with them, right? So you're unlocking something new, very creative, very pioneering area that I'm hearing. But the biggest thing with the shapeshifter is like you have to be flexible at this time. So as you are making that U-turn, or maybe like you're pausing at the stage where you're going one path and that's not the direction you want to be in, you know that, keep it a little bit open and don't make it just a 180 is what the shapeshifter is telling us. It could be left, it could be straight, it could be right, it could be a little bit offset. whatever it could be. But as I said, there's more than you see at this point. You're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. There's a much more opportunities, or much more that's going to be revealed to you. So just keep your energies very open at this time, okay? This could be something as straightforward as, well, we're looking to change jobs. We know what field we are in. Oh, I looked at the card, so I have to pull it up now. Sagittarius, the Voyager. So this is where I don't look at the cards. I wanted to say, let's say you're looking at a job and you know what field you want to be, but you want to keep open which area, which city, which state, which country you want to work in. And then we get the Sagittarius card, which is about the Voyager, okay? We're talking about journeys like U-turns and left turns and whatever. Literally, there is some sort of big journey that you're ready to take, or you're going to embark on. And you're being called to be enthusiastic, flexible, imaginative, creative about it. This could really involve some sort of travel as well. Okay, so that was a job scenario. It could be same for relationship. Maybe there is a long-term relationship that's ready to come in, and maybe we're very closed off and saying, okay, these are my requirements. I need somebody within 30-mile radius. I need blah, 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 blah. Anything, okay? Take it as it fits. But you're getting some nudges. You're getting some nudges to be more open and flexible, because there's expansion happening here for you. And whatever arena this may be. Let's see what we have here. We have tree, affairs with your family. And then we have fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. So these could be relevant to you. Again, the tree, I can't help but notice with affairs with the family. Fours are very prominent for you. And the fourth house. So this could be your... not just your foundation, I mean like your family values, what values you were brought up with, and you're uncovering something new maybe, and you're surprised, and it's just talking about, yeah, keep growing your knowledge in this area, your wisdom. Maybe you want to raise your family. Let's say, how do I put this? Let's say you come from a family of doctors. All of, your family members are doctors or physicians or surgeons or whatever, dentists. And all of a sudden you get called, let's say, to do Reiki, and you find they're so tapped in, you're an amazing healer. Again, I'm not saying it's very off. It is a healing modality, but it's a different way of how your immediate connections may see healing as a profession, right? Something like that. But there is something that is taking root and actually is much more deeply rooted in you than you see it. Because as I feel like the bigger the tea, even the wider the roots are. So something is really growing. So let it grow, because this is going to be a huge tree of knowledge is what I'm hearing. And of course, yeah, we can have people along the way who help us on this journey as well. The term journey, the number 4, foundations, and then imagination and creativity are coming out very strongly for you. So with that, now I'm like really curious. Let's see what we get. We're going to do 3 sections. I'm going to draw the theme from the Lenormand, and then we're going to do tarot right on top. And for this pile, I want to just open one at a time, because then I get really excited and I jump through the messages. So we'll draw 3 cards for past. This is the past. Very nice. You got the bear. I'll talk about this. So we have stability already in the past and strength. Let's draw one for present and then one for future. Okay, they showed me. They wanted me to see it. All right. We're ending some old patterns here with the gray. Also Scorpio energy, so some sort of transformation. Or currently we're ending something and ready to get transformed and cut something out. This is very interesting energy. Number 11, the whip. I need to draw one more because I can never leave it on the whip. That's just for me as a reader. It sounds like, what are we cutting? Oh my gosh, look at that tree again. The tree again. That's what I'm saying. Something is growing. This could also, so the tree in Lenormand also represents our health, wealth, and well-being. And we have the star, which is all about wishes coming true. A lot of healing, Aquarius energy showing up over here. Tons of messages coming through, but yeah, already we'll talk about these. But yes, you have the tree twice. You have the tree twice. As I said, you may be just looking at like a little sprout, but you don't know how deep it goes and how high it goes. And here it really talks about like front and center. There's health, so healing. Something about healing modalities is coming through. I don't know. Maybe you're learning how to meditate, and maybe you become like the best meditation coach in the area. I have no idea. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be different for each of you, but definitely there is a quick cutoff. Look, with these, I'll tell you right off the bat, and then we'll look at tarot. There's something, an area where you've been holding strong. Okay, the bear does talk about, also you could be a care provider or a caregiver or a, what's it called? Like the bread earner of the family, okay? Because the bear talks about being strong. And so the fish is, again, prosperity. It's the abundance, it's resourcefulness. But the bear is like the mama bear energy, okay? Takes care of themselves, takes care of the family. They're very strong. It also is a career energy in Lenormand. So building on your stability, and the strength and the hermit pop out. Look at that. We'll get the tarot later. So that's what we have in the past. In the present, there's something that you are closing a chapter on, with the grave coming out over here. Okay, this is the similar to the death energy. Something you're closing, and I think the message I'm getting here is be creative how you want to close this, especially this coming under these two cards. And it may require you to move very quickly. In the near future, you have the pain, or the pain, excuse me. Apologize. The whip represents a painful but quick, swift action. Okay, so whip moves very fast. And I said pain because I kept reading it over here with the suffering energy over here. So you're ending the suffering in the future, and you're healing quite a bit. So perhaps it's possible some part of, I don't want to hide it because I'm not trying to hide it. If the cards come out, they come out for a reason. So there is a big shift in the near future for you, where, as I said, you're going to be shifting into a new direction, but you can only shift once you close. So remember, the embracing is the in-between. You have to end something, recuperate, relax, get our energies right, and then get into a new direction. And that's definitely happening for you. And this is going to be eye-opening for you. And you'll be surprised at the wealth of knowledge that you have within you and how resourceful you are. You don't give yourself enough credit on that. And you're meant to shine. You're really meant to shine. Okay, so let's see. What's the bear about, Spirit, for pile 2? Three of Pentacles and Ace of Swords. Let's get one more. Yeah, that is the teamwork, and Nine of Pentacles. Yes, so look, you've done a really good job, right? And I said you don't give yourself enough credit for it. You have the Three of Pentacles, which is about working on our craft and actually getting recognition for it. It is also the building blocks, okay? We start on 3, then it grows and grows and grows and goes to 8 to 9 to 10. You have the Ace of Swords, so there has been a breakthrough. All the stuff that I'm talking about, transition, we have the Ace of Swords, we have the 6th chakra over here, the 3rd eye, we have the imagination. Your mind is very active and creative, and you acknowledge that, okay? You should be, I mean, because it's coming in the past energy, you're aware that there's more in you to create and to give, okay? With the 9 of Pentacles, it's also like, how do you want to build your garden? Okay, that talks about reaping the rewards of our labor. It talks about taking care of ourselves. So that's why with the bear, when I said, you know, the bread earner, taking care of the family, but I also said taking care of yourself. It's the mama bear energy, which is a very Queen of Pentacles energy. And Queen of Pentacles is very good about taking care of herself. And by very good, I mean that she does not put it as the last thing. Okay, she makes time for herself. So there is an understanding, and maybe this could also be a very strong self-acknowledgement of what you're capable of. Again, that alpha pack, alpha male, alpha female energy coming through. So definitely you've established yourself in a way where you're able to provide. For example, this could be a job where you have, slowly, steadily risen, or maybe not too fast, but slowly and steadily you've been rising in your contributions, and maybe in your titles, and maybe you've been getting promotions. Maybe even if they're not as fast as you would have liked them, there has been progression in the past. And yeah, it's given you enough to sustain yourself and to sustain your family or loved and dear ones, whatever is, or whoever is important to you. But there's also sort of a breakthrough of like, have you been trapping ourselves and just, being extra strong than we need to? Are we really thriving in this environment? Or if this environment is really giving us what we need, let's be grateful for that, take that, but start thinking about what needs to change. Okay, so we're not dissing where we are. We are grateful to the universe for providing us with those energies and with those resources, but something needs to change. That cycle needs to end somehow, but it's been a good one. Okay, so it's a tricky place, and this is a place where a lot of the external connections are not going to understand why you're making a change, but you are, because we have the death card here. They're not going to understand. It's like, hey, it looks perfect. It may be picture perfect. You know what they call like picture perfect? You have a great job at a great company, you have flexible hours, there's no micromanagement. But there's no progression. Yeah, but there's no future growth. Yeah, but it's very steady. It looks picture perfect, but internally you may be like, oh my gosh, I just can't take another day of this. And it's hard to explain that energy. Again, we don't want to be, ungrateful for it, because it does sustain us. But yes, there is that clarity with the Ace of Swords that something's got to change, right? So that's what the sort of contemplation you're coming from. Let's see what's in your present energy. Let's clarify the grave, the death card, which is scorpionic energy over here. Resurrection, endings and beginnings, death and rebirth. What is this about, Spirit, for pile 2? There's your ending. Yeah, having to be strong just to be strong, Let's get 2 more. Okay, we got 4 for you. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. This has been a pattern lately in some of my readings where double cards are... Oh my gosh, for you, there are 2 twos, 2 doubles. Tree, death, and death. There are definitely some Scorpios in this group, for sure. You're coming into a new version of yourself. I want to put this right next to each other because it's so cool. This is so cool. So the first one though came out, that was the 10 of Wands. Okay, this is in your present energy. You've about had it. You have had it, okay? Life has become a little too mundane. It's become too burdensome. And even if it's like, as I said, because the bear energy talks about strength, okay? You've been very strong. You've been shouldering a lot of responsibilities. And you may have it down to a science, okay? Your routine, you may be on top of your calendar, on top of a schedule, what time let's say if you have kids, what time you're picking up, dropping off, what time are your meetings, what time you have to be at work, what time you have to do your groceries, what time you have to do other stuff for other people in the family or friends, and you may have it all down, but you can't sustain this, right? So there is this inner conflict currently with the 5 of Swords. And the 5 of Swords is almost like a battle within ourselves, okay? But it's also a very pivotal point where we evaluate, is it worth it? And it can be a battle, it can be an argument, it can be, a life stage where we've been really, trying to win at all costs. So for example, from personal experience, I want to be the best mother, and I want to be the best employee, and I want to be the best, you know, whatever leader. I want to be the best daughter or best sister or best whatever. And at some point you're like, I can't. It just can't be. Or are our standards way too high than any human can be expected to do? So this is a like useless inner battle. And I'm not trying to like diminish how you feel, but I'm trying to say like you're probably being too hard on yourself. And this is the realization. This is the point where we're like, yep, can't do it forever. Cannot go on for long. So this has got to change. Okay. And also maybe with the Five of Swords, it also talks about picking and choosing your battles and, you know, just letting go. You don't need to win everything, but a lot of times, because it's swords for me, it's internal. It can be with other people, but it's like, look at the people who just walked away. It's like, so you don't need to stand guard. You really don't need to have your defenses up, right? So this could be your internal expectations that, no, that life stage, that doesn't even matter anymore because you're a different person now. Okay, there has been an awakening here. You're a completely different person. You are shifting into completely a new version of yourself and creating your own empire the way you want to, your own philosophies. The Hierophant is a leader who others follow, okay? And this is not about religion. It's about philosophies, about what do you believe in. So there has been a shift, and I think this also came out, I know it also came out in a different position in pile 1, and I can't help but, again, call it out at how angry she looks. This Hierophant is like, you know, and again, her robes are a little bit tattered, but to me, she looks like, that's it, I've had it. I'm not going to follow your advice anymore because guess what? I learned new things. I have new philosophies. I'm cutting away from this pattern of thinking, of this mode of thinking, or what I'm expected to do. No, that's not me. That's not how I run my family unit, right? See, whatever it fits, right? However it fits your situation. It could be about a job. It could be, well, like, hey, you know, if there are belief systems that you've been programmed to believe, too many times saying believe. For example, that, you know, money only comes to bad people, or you got to work really, really hard, or you're never going to make enough money, or, you know, having a business is a silly idea. You can only thrive if you have a 9-to-5 job, whatever. You know, we have a bunch of those traditions and philosophies and belief systems in our families, in our cultures, and how we were brought up, or the schooling that we had, the people that we hung out with, and that's shifting. So some sort of belief is shifting because you're creating your own belief system and you're standing in your power. This is a complete resurrection of who you used to be, who you are. So currently you're going through this massive change. And the best you can do is identify which ones and which swords are no longer necessary, meaning which belief systems are no longer necessary for you, which responsibilities in the sense of like frills or the standards that you may have for yourself can be dropped, and you'll be okay with it. Just think from your point of view. That's what this is about. Not about what others think, because they're never going to live your life. You're living your life. Right? So what is your expectation of yourself, and are you being too hard on yourself? And then you're like, that's it. I've had it. I'm a new person. So that's where the whip is here. 2 death cards and a whip. This is a huge shift, my love. You are really, really changing. You are such a wise person. You have so much wisdom within you with 2 tree cards. I mean, this is all about wisdom to me. You've grown and grown and grown and grown. You've done your hard work. You've seen many different modalities of lifestyles, I'm hearing. You've seen many different family units. You've seen different relationship units. You've seen different work units, societies, communities. And you're like, well, I don't like either one of them perfectly. I like elements of them. And that's what you're doing in the Hierophant stage, is picking up the best philosophies from different areas, different walks of life, different people, different communities, different schools of thought, and creating your own. And that's what you're cutting away, okay? All the pain and suffering is what you're cutting away. Wow, so let's see what tarot tells us for the future. I'm like, woof. This is like a third of the deck popped out. So I'm going to put it back, and let's do that again. 3 card spirit for the future. thought this was going to be a lighter reading. But it's, again, thanks to each and every one of you who tunes in. It's your energy, right? It's your spirituality, your level of awareness that kind of takes these readings to where they go. So appreciate you sharing that with me. Look at that. Queen of Cups, Empress, and the Page of Pentacles. Beautiful. So that's, again, as you cut things out, you know, there's a slow beginning, right? Because we are new. We're new to this phase of life. But you possess everything you need. You have all the knowledge. So you're starting out as a Page of Pentacles, okay? New opportunity, new way of life, new thinking, new craft, new creations, whatever that is for you. There is a newness here. You're going to feel like a student, and that's okay. But this student is planting this seed to grow into these ginormous trees almost. As I said, I think that term came through how you want to build your garden. Here, that's where that came. And you've been tending to your life garden for a while, but you want to plant a different seed, and you are headed in that direction. You need to follow your heart. Okay, the Queen of Cups is very clear on what she desires, how she wants to run her kingdom, what matters to her, what her heart is telling her. Okay, and she's sitting, you know, at the edge. This one is an interesting card because she's sitting at the beach. Okay, she's at the shore. She's not immersed in water, but she's not away from water. And that's where we talk about, you know, not letting our emotions run the show, but also honoring our emotions, right? So you are really also like a lot of happiness and intuition. Of course, we had the imagination, sixth chakra, shapeshifter. All these are also talking about a lot of intuition. So you're really tapped in, as I said before. So keep following that. But this is going to bring you a lot of happiness from within. And with such strong, and again, Empress is the queen of all queens, or the mother of all queens, right? You have very strong feminine energy. And I know, yes, in this deck, all characters are predominantly female. What's it called? I think it's the Modern Witch. Yeah, the Modern Witch Tarot. Yes, most of them are female, but the archetypes coming out over here are also predominantly divine feminine, right? The Empress is the mother of all queens, or the queen of all queens. The Queen of Cups is also the feminine energy. So it's like there's a huge nurturing, healing energy about you. It's very strong. It's very dominant. Don't shy from it. But with the Empress, whatever you touch, it's almost like the Midas touch, okay? You can create things out of nothing. You can grow things. You're extremely fertile. So this one tiny seed is going to grow into a huge plant. You just got to be flexible and be open to the idea, because you don't see all of it. Going back to the embracing, you only see the tip of the iceberg. As long as you keep tuning in, as long as you keep, you know, listening to your hunches and to what your heart is telling you, you will find a way forward to actually plant the right seeds and grow. Keep on growing. This is a huge time. I think 2023 is a completely different ballgame for you. Just a quick plug, because the messages came pouring. You don't want to and this is why you have the embracing card. It's not immediately happening. This is in the future, and we know that Mars is in retrograde until mid-January 2023, so it's also not a good time to start something brand new. But yes, it's a very good time to know what we want to leave behind as we close the year. We want to build our plan and how we're going to go about it, and then we start on it next year. Okay, so just wanted to plug that in over here. All right, pile 2. Amazing. So many double messages. Death and rebirth, wisdom, health and wellness. Let's see what Moonology has to say to you, pile 2. A time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. So it's the house of service. So see, again, Virgo coming through, healing coming through. Virgo is about healing and service. It's the 6th house. It's our day-to-day routines. It's work, job, and our life. Do we make enough time for healing and our fitness, for our mental health, for, you know, emotional, spiritual well-being. And, you know, of course, we know that giving brings the most happiness, right? It is the highest of, like, it puts you in a very high vibration because we just naturally feel really good about ourselves. So there's something about service that's coming through here for you. So perhaps because it's not time to like start creating something new like right away, maybe it's a time of service, and maybe it's a time of just being, and, you know, just realizing, okay, what are the most important things that we can be doing right now out of these 10 of wands. Like, you know, what are the 6 that we must do, and can we look at them as service, but to the point where we're not overdoing it, right? So maybe that is a good way to inspire ourselves and find that spark within. And the bottom deck energy, you have your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Okay, so definitely you're going to see the fruition from all of this, all of the changes that you're working through. But yes, right now you're in between. Okay, all right, pile 2, let's get you your angel number and affirmation for pile 2 spirit. What's their angel number? Yeah, definitely huge transformations here. Even here, transform and unveil your gifts. Beautiful. Okay, we have number 10. I love it. And I am ingenious. That's your affirmation. And the message is, you have great leadership skills. Your mind is sharp and allows you to dream up ingenious ideas and organize all the details. Then direct others how to carry things out. What do we talk about? Alpha male. What do we talk about? Imagination, creation. We talked about leader with the Hierophant over here. We're talking about growing, strength. Absolutely, you're ingenious. Make that your mantra, I am ingenious. And you have those leadership skills that others are going to follow, okay? So be open to it, embrace it, enjoy it, be the empress that you are, because you have very, very positive growth that is coming your way. Okay, that's what I have for you, pile 2. I'm going to end it here. If you liked it, do give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Do drop me a comment on how this relates, because these readings tend to be really, really large and, you know, it depends on your life and your situation. So I love to read your comments. With that, I wish you much love and light, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, pile 3. This is for those of you who chose the 3rd Oracle card, so welcome to your reading. You chose the Gateway. Look at that unicorn, and that represents you, okay? Again, the reading, if you missed the intro, is about past, present, future, and I was just called to do this as we're kind of in the final 2 months of wrapping up year 2022, and we're getting ready for 2023, kind of holding our breaths. It's like, all right, what else can happen this year? Really waiting for next year, right? So that's the energy I'm picking up. But with Gateway over here, it's literally that same energy, like we're at the precipice. So everybody watching this pile, you're gonna feel like you're at the precipice of walking through some sort of change. There is a gateway, there is a portal that's opening up that you're walking through, and it's gonna be a very different you. What I hear is that literally you're gonna be a different animal. You're gonna feel like a completely different creature as you step into the new year. Really divine, really magical, but you already are, okay? That's something, you know, they want me to iterate. You already are magical. You already are divine. You already are very beautiful. You are unique. You're not somebody who can easily blend with, you know, the majority, quote unquote. But the difference is going to be that you're actually going to start believing it. You're actually going to start seeing the magic in you. And you're going to start believing in how beautiful and how powerful you are. So there is some level of, maybe there is like some contemplation that needs to happen in the last 2 months. Or you may be going through phases of where you're like deeply, deeply reflecting on how your life has been, how you've done things, and where you've, you know, followed the crowds, and maybe you tried to carve out your own path. All of that, but there's a sense of gratefulness that's coming from you, very deeply. I'm feeling that, but it's like, all right, this can't be how life is meant to be. And, you know, I want to move different. I want to feel different. It's almost like a big shift, an energetic shift within you, where you start to see how powerful you are. You're pretty much at the precipice of that. That's what the gateway card represents. And of course, unicorns are super magical. So you are a unicorn. You truly are. Okay. So I'm curious now. Let's see. We have some oracles pre-pulled to just give us an overarching energy of this year, or what theme we're talking about. And then we're going to do 3 sections of past, present, and future. We'll do Lenormand and tarot. Okay, so let's see what we have for you, pile 3. We have, look at that. Look at that. You can't make this up. You have the temple path, and it's all about the magic. It's all about the spirituality. So you're in a special path. As I said, some of you may have felt you don't belong in the majority. You can't really follow the crowd anymore. You can't do things the way you've always done them, and you've been taught to do them. Because why? Because, you know, something is really changing and you're coming onto a different path. Number 12 here. So as I'm picking up the contemplative energy. So I think your 12th house is quite activated at this time. You could have either Scorpio or Taurus as your 12th house. So Scorpio as your 12th would make you a Sag rising, a Sagittarius rising. And I don't know what's before Taurus. I forget. Gemini's after. Is it Pisces before Taurus? Yeah, so whatever sign is on the natal chart or on the zodiac sign before Taurus. I gotta look it up. Hold on. Had to look it up. Of course I was wrong about the sign before Taurus. That's Aries, okay? So you could be either a Sag rising or an Aries rising, because your 12th house seems super activated at this point, okay? And why I'm saying that is also because of the number 12, also because I'm getting a lot of contemplation energy from you, where that's our psychological house. That's the hidden house. That's where we go in. That's where we're hidden. That's where we're doing a lot of mental work. It's the house of therapy, of psychotherapy, whatever you want, healing. It's the house of healing, okay? So a lot of healing has been happening. A lot of mental thoughts that you've been thinking through, but then it also reduces to a 3, right? And 3 is the house of creation. It's communication. It's new communities. It's the 3rd house. So what are you creating? And perhaps this temple path is taking you in a completely new journey. It's also bringing new people, new connections to you, because 3 is about our immediate surroundings. So maybe I don't know, you're joining a new club, a new, meetup group, a new gym, a yoga studio. I literally stretched a lot. I had to before I started your pile. So maybe there's also something about physical fitness that's coming through here, where you may want to increase your flexibility, is what I'm hearing. So take it as it fits, but there's definitely a new path that you're getting on. May not be something that your closest friends or your family is used to doing. So this may be unique, and that's why it's a unique path for you or for your family unit or for your friend circle. But there's definitely a new path opening. Regardless, there's a lot of, you're really tapping in with your divine team. The temple path does talk about a spiritual awakening, does talk about a different spiritual path. Okay, so let's see what we have here. We have confidence, number 32, and it says, by earth and air, water and fire, let my confidence take light, burn higher. What did I say with the unicorn card? That you already are, right? You already are really powerful, really divine, really magical. But from here on out, you're going to start seeing it as well. And with the confidence energy, it's sort of like inspiring you to lean into it, to take pride in being different, take pride on having a different path. And it doesn't have to be like a new religion, a new spiritual activity. But when we say spirituality, it's like, what is your true north? Okay, what do you align with? What is your truth now versus what it was yesterday or, in the past? Because that's what's changing for you. So whatever path you're taking, take it with confidence, because you're more than capable of going down that path. Okay, so confidence is definitely boosting up for you, or you're being called to like really trust your instincts and be confident about this path, this new path that is opening up, or that you want to take, or you being called to take. This is coming from within. This is not like watching this reading is not going to tell you what path to take. It'll rather be a confirmation of what you already know. You just have to be confident about it and going on that path. We have the Knight. What? Look at this. Be brave and honest. So yeah, you're being called to, maybe you've been hesitant on this. Maybe you've known this for a while. As I said, the readings are more confirmation for people who are very tapped in with their path. The readings almost bring like a yes or a no, and this is looking like you've already known this, but you're being really called. Your spirit team really wants you to be brave about this. Even if it means like, saying goodbye to a certain group of people, even if it means deviating from a well-known path that you walked so far. Again, you're not losing anything. All those experiences and those practices and those philosophies, they were meant to grow you. Some of them may have been harsh and some of them may have been really beautiful, but then you wake up and you realize, oh my gosh, that was not real. I was subscribing to a philosophy that it's not me anymore. So yes, there's bound to be some feelings of leaving a piece of you behind, but it's because it no longer fits in the puzzle that's you. You've morphed, you've evolved, and you're truly coming into your unicorn time. Okay, so again, be brave and honest. And the honest part is about your own reality with yourself. Okay, not about how others see you, but how you see yourself and what you want to change within you. Interesting reading. There we go. We have square, we have challenge. And squares are in our natal chart when two planets are at a 90 degree from each other. And, so literally like there's a square right here, right? So the square is like there's such a hard angle that none of them are going to budge. Okay, none of the planets are actually going to move. And that means that, when this is coming out in your reading, you may have felt there's no room to wiggle. There's no room to make this change. There's no way to move forward. And you've been in like a hard angle with a lot of people, a lot of situations. It could be job related, it could be relationship, family, as I said. It could be your family ecosystem on how you want to build or what traditions you want to create or carry forward in life. And you may have felt like you've been boxed in a certain way, right? That's boxing, the feeling of boxed in is coming out. And squares have a very important purpose in our life and in our natal charts also. I think a few astrologers talk about it. Squares can be really difficult, but the purpose is to actually get us creative about making a change. If squares don't happen, we're just going to stay in our comfort zone and never really change. But squares, when they arrive, they show us, all right, something's got to give. You've been put, like, it's almost like being in a corner, and then how do you escape? It's like an escape room is coming through for some of you on a lighter note, right? Maybe some of you have tried escape room, or you want to. And it's all about finding that creative way. This is the element of growth that happens that would not have happened unless the challenge was presented to us. Okay, so this is meant for growth, but yes, it doesn't mean it's easy. It takes courage, it takes confidence, it takes a lot of courage. I already said that with this one saying be brave and honest, okay? But so there may have been challenging times, but they were meant to help you break away and see how unique you are and find this new path for yourself. Otherwise, you would have stayed where you are and you would have felt unhappy and dissatisfied and unfulfilled in all those terms, right? When we're like trying to just go with the rhythm, even though we don't relate to it. So very powerful change coming for you. Let's see what we have. Grapes, time to go out and have fun. So maybe go do that escape room challenge. Or just go to a winery. I think the grapes also signify a lot of prosperity and a lot of fruits of our labor and abundance coming your way. Okay, so as you, the more aligned we are with our path, and once we figure out all the challenges and grown through them, it also naturally brings us a lot of physical abundance as well. But this is saying time to go out and have fun. By the way, with the confidence, the Leo energy was coming here also, the similar message. Leos tell us about tapping in with our inner child, having fun, being creative, being brave, taking center stage, doing something silly. So inner child is coming through over here. And then we have V for victory. Victory in some endeavor. Wow, look at that. I mean, how cool is that? We're talking about the squares because squares have a purpose, and the purpose is to have you come out on top. You are the unicorn. This is a special time. You just need to be confident and brave and embrace it, okay? All right, so let's see. These readings get so long. I always think like it's going to be a short one, but they just go on. But again, I'm not complaining. I love doing this, but you have to sit through it. But you're the ones who make the readings go the way they do, right? Because you're really tapped in with your spirit team. So, all right, Spirit, for pile 3, what's their past, present, future? Let's get 3 cards. We got the past. Let's get one for present. And I've tried to like keep these face down for present and future so we can unfold the story, but sometimes the past 2 piles, see, they've come face up. So we'll just take that. And the present, really strong, really brave. You have the bear, and let's see the future. I saw this at the bottom of the deck when we started shuffling, so that's interesting. And then we have Sun. Look at that Leo energy. Sun is the brightest card in any deck. Let's see. We have, wow, amazing. Maybe some of you are coming from pile 2. We had them in different order, but both these cards were there in pile 2 as well. So in the past, you have the grave, which is Scorpio energy, death and rebirth, okay? As I said, I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, you're no longer on that path. So you're ending some old vision of yourself. In the current energy, it's so appropriate. You have the bear. The bear talks about strength, again, coming right under confidence. This is also talking about sustenance, about resourcefulness. Bear is the one who's the bread earner of the family. It's the mama bear energy, takes care of everybody, brings in the dough. Is also very strong. It also talks about career changes or rising in our career, okay, or having a very strong financial stability, okay, on your own. And then in the future, you have the bouquet. And bouquet is literally about love. It's about joy. It's about happiness. It's about happy times, celebrations coming through. So, whew, so beautiful. I don't think we need any more cards, but how can we not? So let's draw some tarot for you guys. Like, this is the point, just to be confident in your self-expression, in your thought patterns, in your philosophies, in your ideologies, whatever you want to call it, because you're really unique. Okay, you just need to feel strong about it. Okay, so let's get 3 cards for the past energy, please. The death, the grave. Spirit, can you help us get more clarity on what does pile 3 need to know about the past? 2 more. Okay, so we got an extra card. We'll take it. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords. I love this. Ace of Swords has been coming out quite a bit today. And Ace of Swords is the aha moment. That's the moment, and look at this. Look at the other cards that came out. That's the moment when we realize, aha, this, I got a different idea. Or aha, I've been doing something completely wrong. And not like Being hard on ourselves was like, oh, I never saw it from a different angle, or from this angle. I'd only been looking at it from another angle, whatever that is. But this is the breakthrough. This is the mental breakthrough. And in the mind, or your energetic, your thoughts, or energetic body is where it begins. And then it starts manifesting into the real, right? Into the physical. So the ending, that's what needs to end. Something has become clear. And what needs to end is, look, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Look at how she's looking at the planet. She's like, all right, about time. I've been watering you for so long and you're still not growing. Right? She's literally looking at the plants. There's the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior energy, and then coming into the Queen of Wands. So this is the aha moment of where we realize something that we've been watering, something that we've been trying to work out or work towards is actually not working anymore. Seven of Pentacles is a big contemplation energy. This is the point where we question ourselves. This is the point where we question whatever we're working on, is it actually worth it? And there's some sort of breakthrough here, because this, whatever this is, has made you tired, has made you feel depleted, has exhausted you, has also probably felt that you've been pushed behind a certain level. And the energy that I'm picking up over here is like, the term boxed in keeps coming up for you. For those of you that this is about a career, you may have felt, and this is where the breakthrough has happened, that you now see that you've been boxed in at a certain level or a certain role or a certain position, and no matter how hard you work, you're unable to progress. And the breakthrough is that, well, you're way more worth than that. Because you're the Queen of Wands, okay? There is a breakthrough, there is an acknowledgement, and as I said, that you already are, but finally you are seeing it. You're seeing your own value, and you've been like, maybe minimizing yourself to fit in, to go with the program, to blend in, to not cause a lot of like ruffling a lot of feathers. And I'm just talking like, I'm taking work as an example. Could be relationship, could be anything else. But finally you're like, no, that's not who I am. I'm worth way more. I am magnetic. I am powerful. I am a unicorn. And I deserve better, okay? So this is where you are deciding that an old pattern needs to end. Okay, that's what because see, she turned upside down in the past. In the past, you may not have valued yourself as much as you should have, right? So that is what is ending. You're coming into a realization something doesn't deserve your energy anymore, and you're worth a lot more than you give yourself credit for. I'm like seeing all major arcanas. Look at that. I mean, you can't make this up. So that brings you to the current moment, the present, where we have the Bear, which is all about strength. It's all about stability and financial stability and resourcefulness. Spirit, give us 3 cards on the present. There's the Queen of Swords. I think well, she's come out in one. I don't think all 3, but she's definitely come out in another pile. And I've explained the card and was like, yeah, present your case, because I know what I'm worth. I know what I want. And just cut the BS. Stop, giving me false hope. It's time. What flipped over? Whoa, it's time to cut the ties. Look at that. Capricorn energy coming through over here. Very, very strongly. This is why you're being strong, you see? Or you're being called to be super strong, because something, you've chained yourself to something. Again, the devil does not talk about another person. It talks about a system or about a belief system that we subscribe to. And it's not by choice, of course. Nobody would want to minimize themselves, right? But something that we've been taught, something that we've been groomed, we've been conditioned to fall in. So going back to this job example, maybe, you've been in a very good position. It's been pretty good with the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is not a small place, right? It's quite sustaining. It's quite comfortable. but you felt like you've been caged in, you've been blocked in, you've never been able to make it to the throne. But it's a very good position, or it's, picture perfect. As I said, it came up another pile as well. Not the card, but the energy of something that looks picture perfect on the surface. But it may be like a golden handcuff. And you see that now. You have that clarity with the Queen of Swords. You're like, all right, cut the BS. Stop dangling the carrot in front of me for, to make me keep working harder and harder and still not, progressing or creating a progressive path for me. So cut it out. So you're calling that out, and that requires a certain strength. Literally, you being the Queen of Swords, you're taking the sword and you're cutting yourself from those chains or from those golden handcuffs. Again, to clarify, there is no bondage here. Nobody is holding you back but yourself. And that's the breakthrough that's happening, because you finally see your worth, and you're taking that worth, putting it center stage for yourself with confidence and moving forward, right? And yes, I feel like with the knight here, the knight actually has a tear coming down, right? The knight has to be brave. And I said that sometimes there's going to be a little feeling of leaving a piece of us behind. And that's kind of coming in the story again. Excuse me. Because the Seven of Pentacles is where we've put in significant effort. And yes, it hurts to walk away from something that we worked so hard on. But at some point, you have to cut your losses. You have to look at it. All right, this is really not going the direction that I wanted it to. I'm done. The Queen of Swords is done. Wow, look at that. Ace of Cups. Because the Queen of Swords is now listening to her heart. She is pouring herself a fine drink, and that can be water, yes. Nourishing herself. But really, this is all about loving ourselves first. And again, you can take the whole story and put it in a love situation as well. Maybe we've been in a relationship where we've been really given and given and given in. And, this has been a long-term relationship where we felt comfortable, but somehow it has just turned cold, and it does not bring us the fulfillment that we thought it would bring, despite us having put in so much effort. And it's like, all right, let's cut it off. Let's cut the bond. Let's cut the ties, cord cutting, and follow our heart. Find our own true happiness. And that requires strength, right? So take it and fit it in any scenario. It will be different and unique for each one of you, but it's time to recognize that you are the unicorn, okay? You're not a run-of-the-mill Build-A-Bear type of bear, okay? That's so funny. Oh, I crack myself up. I hope you find it funny. But there is a sense of bring some lightheartedness into your life. Didn't that come out somewhere? What did it say? Yeah, time to go out and have fun, okay? So fill your own cup. You need to really fill your own cup before you do anything else, because you're coming into a lot of joy, a lot of peace, a lot of abundance. Happiness is just beauty and happiness that's coming for you because you're standing up for yourself and because you're prioritizing yourself. So in the future, wow, some of you are really coming from pile 2. Exact same card in the exact same position. Page of Pentacles. That's the new beginning, okay? You're planting a new seed. There is going to be a fresh new beginning for you. You're going to feel like a child. You're going to have butterflies in your stomach. You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I've never done this before. But yeah, that's why you're coming out of a square. You're operating differently. You're working in a different manner. You're walking a new path. And there's a reason for it to be new, but you had to go through those challenges so the universe could bring you on this new path. Okay, it's going to be exciting. With the pages, the biggest thing we hear are, look at that. The message we hear is, there you go, ending of the old. Oh, I love this. 10 of Swords. I think there are 2 10 of Swords in here. Everything is fine. And then we have the Sun. Wow, closing out the reading with the Sun card. Let me finish my thoughts here. On the Page of Pentacles, the message here is usually be excited, but also be willing to learn. They're like the interns, and the reason why interns again, grow and do well is also because they're like, I'll do anything. What does it take? I'll do anything to get ahead. I'll do anything to, you know, get a full-time job at this firm. And that attitude is amazing because, again, when I'll do anything, you do a lot of different projects. You may, you know, yeah, there may be a day where you're just making coffee and you know, copying. I don't know if that even happens anymore. You know, making copies of the printer or the copier. But then it's like about honing skills in multiple directions, because sometimes you're creating PowerPoint, sometimes, and I'm just like, you know, just saying from my knowledge, and sometimes you're not, you know, making those Excel reports, sometimes you're doing something else. But it's about, by being that intern and being willing to try all those different projects just so you could get ahead, it kind of brings a holistic growth, right? So anyway, that was just a tangential message too. It's just like telling us, like, be open to it. Be open to trying different things before you narrow down your path, but know that this is a new path. So just get ready to embark on it. We have the 10 of Swords. So this is an ending of tough times, okay? All the stresses that you've had in the past, it's going to end. And it's funny because this one, she's on her phone and the card says everything is fine while she's dying, right? I like it, and I'm laughing and I'm taking this lightheartedly because especially you have the victory and you have time to go out and have fun. It's like, yeah, bring it, you know, bring it on. What's the worst that can happen? And honestly, I've talked about this many times in my channel. We literally have to go through death in order to be born again. We literally have to go through the worst to find a way, a new way. That's what spirituality is. Unfortunately, we don't wake up until, you know, ish hits the ceiling and everything falls apart. And this is that stage where you feel like, all right, I'm done. I've shut down all these cycles. I've been through the worst. Bring it on. Bring it on. What's next? What's my next challenge? I'm ready to go from here. Because she's relaxed. She's like, yeah, you know, it can get worse than this. And quoting from a Pixar movie, is it Sing 1 or Sing 2? One of those where the koala has hit rock bottom, right? And he's just like, you know what's the best part about hitting rock bottom? The only way is up. So that's the attitude. I think have that attitude. You'll surprise yourself at like how much you're able to jump through hoops having that attitude, and how easily you're able to face any obstacle, no matter how big or small, because there's a lot of happiness coming here. We have the Sun card, we have the Love card, we have the Page of Pentacles. You're planting that seed and really being very joyous in stripping away all the burdens, stripping away all the conditioning, and coming out into a very, very happy time. Sun is, didn't you have Sun and the Lenormand? Hold on. Yes, you did. Look at that. That's why I was like, I thought I saw the Sun and I said it's the happiest card in any deck. Look at those double energies. I'm going to keep that here. So yes, very, very happy times coming. A lot of brightness, a lot of lightness is what I'm feeling. Like you're going to feel much lighter. So wrap this year, do your contemplation, get ready for this new path that's opening up. But it's going to start with you. It's going to start with you really putting yourself as number one. But you're being called to make this change, okay? A lot of positivity, happiness, especially if you have children. There's a lot much more easier times and happiness with you and with your children. There's a lot of prosperity and abundance coming through. I mean, victory and joy and love and brightness all around. Because you know what? You're shining. Again, Rihanna, shine bright like a diamond. The song's been coming through. I haven't listened to it, but that's just been coming through today in this reading. Okay, so pile 3. Leo energy. Leo. Anyway. All right, so let's get you a message from Moonology, pile 3. We got 2. Let's see what they are. The first one is your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. And then nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon. So that's the part of it, right? It's like there isn't a rigid way. Nothing is set in stone. It's up to you how you want to carve your next path. The aha moment is coming from you. But your dreams, again, with the sword over here, the sword over here, this is just like sit down and see what's not working and what needs to change. And what needs to change in a manner that it's going to bring you a lot of joy and happiness. It's going to make you happy. What's your inner feeling, your inner joy? That's your path. That's the one that's going to like really clear out what you need to do. That's how you can actually put your pen to paper and build a plan. Is knowing exactly how to bring which elements to fruition in your life. And of course, as I said, in all of my readings, ask the universe very clearly, and then say, you know, this is what I desire, I want, or better, so the universe can actually surprise you even more, because bring you more magic. So your angel number came up pretty quickly. It's number 9, and the keyword or affirmation for you is I am compassionate. The message is, it's your compassion that makes you shine. Look, shine, shine, shine. The word shine keeps coming through, right from the unicorn to the sun, and shine bright like a diamond. Maybe you want to listen to that song. It's your compassion that makes you shine. You are devoted to helping the creator. What? No, helping the greater good, and have a strong talent for speaking up for others. Your soul is most satisfied when you're being of service. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Really, really positive messages here. Again, you know, the part I want to kind of wrap by saying, because we had the devil here, and we had the 9 of Wands, and we have the 7 of Pentacles. We've been putting too much, we've been giving too much. You're definitely compassionate, but you know, we're talking about cutting ties, but at the same time, this coming out is a confirmation that doesn't mean we turn off a certain side of ourselves completely off. What that means, if you're a giver, we don't stop being a giver. We just become smarter about our boundaries. Okay, so we're pretty capable of creating boundaries with people who suck our energy, and undeservingly so. But that doesn't stop us from our heart from flowing with love. Okay, so this is a key characteristic of yours, a feature of yours, that you're very compassionate because you are the unicorn. Don't let these experiences kind of make that sour or let that go away. Stay the unicorn that you are. Stay loving, stay kind, but a little bit more firmer on who you give it to. Okay, who you share your compassion with, who you share your love with. That's what this is talking about, like setting like clear boundaries. And sometimes this can be our own children, right? So setting a little bit of a stricter tone and saying, all right, you know, like, and especially if your kid's a little bit older, it's like, all right, you know, you need to pull your weight. You need to help your parent out or help me out, whatever that is. I don't know if you're male, female, like a mom or dad that I'm talking to over here. But yeah, sometimes just like stating it out clearly, it's clear for the children to also understand, but that doesn't mean you're going to stop loving them, right? It's just a simple example, but I think that was an important message that needed to come out. So really beautiful, powerful, happy, joyous times ahead for you. Stay compassionate because that's who you are, and get ready to shine and walk this new path with confidence. Okay, that's what I have for you, pile 3. I'm going to end your reading here. If you like the reading, do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And comment below if this resonates. I love reading everybody's comments, means a lot. And every click helps the channel grow. So I really appreciate your energy and your support. With that, I wish you much love and light, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.